3, 2, 1.
Hello Blender friends, and welcome to another one. I hope you're all doing well. I'd just like to say thank you all for your support. Like subscriber number 15, I'm talking to you, Kung Pao Geek. So here's that camera tracking tutorial I said that I'd be doing for you guys. So hey, we're here to track a camera, so let's get to it. Now I'm going to change the size of the frame first. You may be shooting in HD, so you can leave this where it is if this is your default. I'm going to put in 3840 by 2160 because I shot this in UHD. I shoot pretty much everything in UHD. And I actually also shoot pretty much everything at 2398. I didn't in this case because the camera is sort of panning around and I didn't want any judder, so I wanted to collect as many frames as I could in there. I'm going to grab 2997 for this one. I want to put in my number of frames. Now there's a little button that will just retrieve this from your clip, but I know I've got 540 frames because it's an 18-second long clip at 30 frames a second. And the next thing we're gonna do here is I'm going to add the little tab that says motion tracking. I'm gonna move this up. I don't need anything up there right now. Just going to retrieve the clip from here. Go to open clip, navigate to where the clip is. Now once you've got your clip, you're gonna want to prefetch. All that does is it grabs all the frames, puts them into cache, so you can scrub through a little bit easier. There are two approaches now. You can have Blender detect features it's going to track by itself, like automatically, and the other way is to actually look for features yourself manually and add those in. Sometimes you're better off choosing the features yourself, like in this clip it's pretty clean and sharp. I've got a lot of foreground elements here I can pick out that I think would track really nicely, so that's what I'm going to do. Just hold the control key and click. I've got this nice white point right here. Now it's of course very difficult to see what you're doing. You can zoom in like this, but what's easier is there's a little tab here at the top right called track, and it gives you the zoomed in view that you can actually use to quite accurately place those points you're tracking. To continue, just hold the control key and click away, adding tracks. You want some nice high contrast points. Hopefully you've got some relatively sharp footage. There are these default numbers here for pattern size and search size depending on what kind of footage you've got here. I find that the defaults work great, and I've usually got relatively sharp footage, or footage that is sharp enough at least to track. I'm not going to make you sit through me setting up all these tracking points. You're going to want at least 8 good ones, and 3 of those should be on the floor because we need at least 3 points on the floor to define the floor, because the tracker actually has a hard time telling which way is up and which way is down. The more the better, but like I said, you only need 8. Now some people like to go to the middle of their clip and then track from the middle to the beginning backwards, and then putting the playhead back to the center and then tracking forward to the end. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to track right from the beginning to the end because I know a lot of these points I've got here remain in the clip throughout. Well, when you feel you've got enough points to get a solid track, you're going to want to select them all first because it's only going to work on the points you have selected. And to do that, you just hit the A key and that'll grab them all. And then there's this button here for tracking forward. And I'm not going to make you wait through this whole thing because I'm not on a Threadripper or something like that. See you in a bit. So Blender's worked its way through. It doesn't look too bad. You'll see here that there are some tracks or some points that have no tracks associated with them. So I'm basically just clicking on those that haven't got those little tails on them and getting rid of them. So now I'm going to actually jump into the solve panel over here. Oh, by the way, there's that button, set scene frames. That was if you didn't know how many frames your clip had. So in solve, I turn on focal length normally, and then I hit solve camera motion. You can see here on the top right, my solve error is 0.31, which is excellent. If it's less than a pixel, you know that you're in good shape. So if things didn't work out, you're just going to want to select each point and take a look at the average solve error of each point, and if you find that they're more than a pixel, then you can delete them, or you can add more points and retrack. And you don't have to retract them all, just select the ones that you've added and track those, and then do your solve again. Click on solve camera motion again. Next thing we're going to want to do is define our origin. Pick a point somewhere central in the scene. So I'm going to grab this one here and click on set origin, and then I'm going to click on 3 points that I want to have represent our floor. I'm just going to hold the shift key down like so, and then hit floor. And then I'm going to click on set as background and set up tracking scene. And now when I go into the layout and into our camera, just hit the 0 and play, you'll see everything sticks super solid. So I hope you all got something out of this one, and until next time, keep on blending. Bye.